Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. I hope that you are all still very safe and that you are excited to come back to school. This is our mathematics for week 1, numbers and operations. I just want to let you know that this video is also a very long video. So in between slides, we are going to have stretch and brain breaks. I want you to meet Mrs. Equal. You already met her in the first term, but this week we are going to focus a little bit more on her. She's a very happy girl and she has lots of friends. She gives us the answers of all the questions in mathematics. She's friends with Mr. Plus and they always work together, as well as Mr. Minus. The first activity that we are going to start with is bonds of 5. What is bonds? Bonds are 2 or more things that you put together to make one whole. In this activity, we are going to see what numbers we can put together to make 5. Help me count our dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. This is our 5 dots. Now, we can start with nothing and 5. We are going to see if 0 and 5 are bonds of 5. When we want to see which 2 numbers make 5, 0, because we have nothing, and 5. Let's put our 5 in. Let's do a sum just to make sure that our answer is correct. We want to see if these 2 can make 5. Let's start with our first one. Let's put our 0. 0. Remember, we want to put these 2 together. And what character are we going to use if you put them together? Yes, Mr. Plus. Very good. Because we want to put them together, we are going to use Mr. Plus. What comes next? We want to see if we put 5 with our 0, if it can make bonds of 5. Let's put our 5. Well done. Now, we want the answer. We want to see if it makes a bond of 5. That's why we are going to use Mrs. Equal. Remember, she gives us all the answers. 0 plus 5 equals 5. Well done. If I have nothing and I put 5, then I have 5. Now we can say that 0 and 5 are bonds of 5. 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Do you think 1 and 4 can make bonds of 5? Let's see. Let's start with our first dot. 1 and 4. Let's start with our first one. We start with 1, so let's write 1. Remember, we want to put these 2 together because we want to see if it makes a bond of 5. When we put things together, what character are we going to use? Yes, Mr. Plus, because we want to put it together. Let's write our next number. Number 4. Well done. Now, let's use Mrs. Equal to look at the answer. If you have counters, you can pack them. 1 plus 4 equals 5. Well done. Now we know that 1 and 4 are bonds of 5. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. If I put 2 dots with 3 dots, does it make 5? Let's see. 2. Let's put our first number 2. And 3. Let's put our 3. Let's write our first number 2. Well done. We know that we want to put these two together to make a bond of 5. So what character are we going to use? If we want to put things together, we use Mr. Plus. Well done. Our next number. Yes, number 3. We want to put 3 with our 2 to make a bond of 5. Mrs. Equal, because she gives us the answer. We always want makes 5. Well done, grade 1s. 3 and 2. Now, 3 and 2. If I put 3 and 2 together, does it make a bond of 5? We already know that 2 and 3 does, but does 3 and 2 make bonds? Let's see. We start with 3 and we put 2. Well done. Let's see if we can bond them to make 5. Let's start with our first one. 3. Remember, we want to put these two together. When we want to put together, we use Mr. Plus. Well done. Now, the next number is number 2. 3 plus 2 equals, because we want to know the answer, 5. Well done. 3 dots plus 2 dots makes 5 dots. Therefore, we can say that 3 and 2 are bonds of 5. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. Does 4 and 1 make bonds of 5? Let's see. We start with 4 and add 1. Well done. Let's write it down. 4. Remember, we want to put these two together, and when we want to put things together, we use Mr. Plus. Let's write down our next one, number 1. Now we want the answer, so we put Mrs. Equal. What is 4 plus 1? If I have 4 dots and I add 1 dot, it makes 5. Well done, grade 1s. Therefore, we can say that 4 plus 1 equals 5. 5 and 0. If I have 5 dots and I add nothing, do I still have 5 dots? Let's see. 5, let's write down our 5. And 0, let's write down our 0. We start with our 5. Remember, we want to put these two together, so we are going to write down Mr. Plus. The next one we want to put with our 5 is number 0. We want to see if 5 and 0 are bonds of 5. If I have 5 dots and I add nothing, how many dots do I have? Yes, 5 dots. Well done, grade 1s. Now, I want you to pause this video and try these ones on your own. Let's see if you are correct. You must write the numbers in the blue blocks. With the first one, we want to make bonds of 5 starting with 0. If I have 0 dots, how much must I add to make 5? Well done, 5. 0 plus 5 equals 5. That means when I put a 0 and a 5 together, it makes 5. Therefore, it is a bond of 5. The next one. If I have 1 dot, how many dots must I add to make 5? Well done, 4 dots. If I have 1 dot and I add 4 dots, it makes 5. Therefore, 1 plus 4 is 5. And we can say that 1 and 4 are bonds of 5. The next one. I have a 3. If I have 3 dots, how much must I add to make 5? That's right, 2. That means 2 plus 3 equals 5. Therefore, 2 and 3 are bonds of 5. You've done great ones. Now, it is story time. Mrs. Eagle owns a big house with 2 rooms in each hallway. She loves to make bonds of 5 in this blue house, but she must fill the rooms with the numbers that are bonds of 5. She must put the numbers in that makes 5 in each hallway. Mrs. Bond already put numbers in her first rooms. Can you help her to make bonds of 5? Can you help her to put the number bonds that makes 5? Try this on your own. Let's try. 0 and 5 makes 5. 1 and 4 makes 5. 2 and 3 makes 5. 3 and 2 makes 5. 4 and 1 makes 5. And 5 and 0 makes 5. Well done, grade 1s. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder if you got this correct. You must please practice this every day. Yay! Now, I want you to stand up and stretch as high as you can. Try to touch the roof. Stretch on your toes, on your toes. Breathe in and out. Now I think our brains got a break. Are you ready to go on? The next activity that we are going to do is addition and subtraction using a number line. Number lines can be used to plus and minus. We are going to use little frog jumps to do addition and subtraction using a number line. Let's first start with addition. Can you still remember what character we are using for addition? Let me remind you. Mr. Plus. When we use Mr. Plus on a number line, we count forward. That means we are counting from left to right. That is counting forward. Here I have a sum. 2 plus 1 equals, and you must try to guess the answer. But let me help you. Let's use our number line. We look at what characters are we going to use. First I see a Mr. Plus. Now I know that I'm going to count forward on my number line. When you see Mr. Plus, you know you must count forward. Let's look at our numbers. What do I start with? Yes, number 2. This means my little frog is going to start at number 2. How many jumps must I jump? Remember that I'm counting forward. one jump. Very good. That means I'm counting forward and I'm jumping one jump. So I'm going to jump from number 2 to 3. Let's jump. Well done. We've jumped one time. We've counted forward on our number line. Where did we land? Yes, number 3. Well done. Let's write our answer. That means that 2 plus 1 equals 3. Are you ready for the next one? 3 plus 2 equals what? We are going to use our number line to get our answer. But first, what characters are we using? Yes, I see Mr. Plus. When I see Mr. Plus, I think of addition. I think of counting forward on my number line. But where do I start? Yes, number 3. Let's put our frog on number 3. Well done. We know that we start from number 3. But how many jumps must I jump forward? 2. Well done. We know that it is addition and we are going to count forwards on our number line. 2 jumps. 1, 2. Let's jump. 1, 2. Well done. Where did we land? Yes, number 5. That means that 3 plus 2 equals 5. We've counted forward on our number line. We've added 2. We've jumped 2 hops. You have done great. I want you to practice this at home. Next, we are doing subtraction. When I say the word subtraction, what character do you think of? Let me quickly remind you. Grumpy Mr. Minus. When we are counting on a number line, we count backwards. So when we do subtraction, we know we are using Mr. Minus and we are counting backwards. Let's start with our first sum. First, I look at what characters I see. I see a Mr. Minus. Therefore, I know that I'm counting backwards. Where do I start? Number 5. Remember, I'm counting backwards. How many jumps am I going to jump? Yes, 4. Let's put our frog. What does 4 jumps look like? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done, grade ones. Where did I end? Yes, number 1. Where I stopped is my answer. Now I know that 5 minus 4 is 1. Well done. My brain is getting very tired. I want you to stand up again and stretch, 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 stretch. Stand on your toes. Stretch as high as you can. Breathe in and out. There we go. Now our brains are ready to work again. Next, I want you to meet my friend.
Hi friends!
And in the next activity, I'm going to show you how to equally share. What does sharing mean? Sharing means that each one of us is going to get the equal amount. Here I have some pencils. Help me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. I have 4 pencils that I want to equally share between me and my friend. One for me, one for my friend, one for me, one for my friend. Now I see that I have 2 pencils and my friend also has 2 pencils. I have equally shared the pencils. Here's more. Help me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pencils. Can you help me share the pencils between me and my friend? Let's start. One for me, one for my friend, one for me, one for my friend. But what now? Now I have one left. How many pencils do I have? I have 2. How many pencils do my friend have? Also 2. Does this mean that I can equally share 5 pencils? No. Thank you, friends, for sharing. I visited the supermarket and I bought some apples. These apples look so yummy. Help me count them. How many did I buy? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. I want you to help me to group these apples into these baskets. Will you help me? Let's try. 1 for this basket, 1 for this basket, 1 for this basket, 1 for this basket. How many baskets with 2 apples are there? Yes, 2. Well done. Is there any apples left? No. Thank you so much for helping me. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'm so excited to see you again.